Thank you, Angel. All right, a lot of people have showed up. Let's take a couple steps in. When I say when we fight, you say we win. When we fight. We win. When we fight. We win. When we fight. We win. Fighting is really hard. Fighting the boss is really hard, and it's hard to convince people to do it. Approval for unions is at historic highs, but approval for unions in an abstract has essentially no connection with actual union growth. Most of your coworkers right now approve of unions, but are they really willing to do what it takes to fight, to really put something at risk? Now, we have rights to organize, but the system is always on the boss's side, and organizing can sometimes hurt you, even with those protections. I know this deeply from my own experience. Myself and a handful of other dedicated Winco workers spent a long time diligently organizing at that store. The pay there is miserable, the conditions are horrific, 70% of people leave before 3 months, and employees were viciously penalized all the time for being sick. We worked our asses off and we had the election, and Winco broke the law constantly, but we won it. We won it anyway. Thank you. And we really believed at the time that the Biden NLRB would deliver the workers the contract that they rightfully won by enforcing the law. But since then, Winco has been nonstop, illegally refusing to bargain for over a year and a half. And only just last week has there been any kind of decision. There's an appeals process too. But honestly, at the end of the day, myself and most other union supporters who were there for the election, we're not there anymore. We were forced to quit by the same working conditions we were rightfully, lawfully, and democratically organizing to change. That's right. Now, in an industry like retail, where the average annual turnover rate is 60%, the law moves on the company's time. It does not move on our time. It takes a lot of unions over a year, if not more, to win their contract after the election. And it takes even longer if the people who were there to fight for that election aren't there to fight during bargaining. We live month to month, while they spend big on lawyers that throw up bureaucratic blocks constantly, and the capitalist system allows them to do it. The two-party system doesn't just allow them to do it, it protects their right to do it in the interest of fairness. Is it fair when we're employed but we're sleeping in our cars? No. Is it fair when we work 2 jobs but can't afford health care? No. Is it fair when we win our fucking union elections and they still won't bargain? No. I'm being critical and kind of a downer because I am a union organizer and because we must rebuild this movement. But we must be clear-eyed and honest about the difficulties we face, the size of the task, and how powerful the capitalist class is. We must ask ourselves constantly, what would it take for us to fight back? What will make the whole class fight back? What will convince people to put something real at risk to fight for a better workplace, a better society, not just for themselves, but for every single worker? The bosses oppose us in every section of society. They fight us at the workplace, and that's where I fought them. But they also fight, they're part of a whole capitalist class that fights us in the courts, in the state, in the government, who own the homes we live in. They're deporting and terrorizing working people. Trump is attacking the rights of federal government employees to strike, something we know all about in a state where the legislature is attacking unions' rights to have a contract at all. Now, I know, or at least I'm pretty sure because I've done it, that we can't win alone in discrete workplaces, duking it out with just the middle managers in front of us. People need to feel connected to a movement that's so much larger than them, that there's others fighting too, not because it feels good, but because we need that kind of support. You're vulnerable without that kind of support. And if you're not part of a mass movement, you're alone. It's a movement that's not just fighting for $1 more an hour, but it's led by political ideas that inspire people to do something genuinely transformational, full of millions of workers organizing for a socialist democratic society controlled by us, top to bottom. Now, I talked with hundreds of workers at Winco, and let me tell you some things that are not convincing. Did you know unionized workers statistically make 50% more an hour? Did you know unions created the 40-day work week and the weekend? These things are true. These things are true, but that is not what you're asking them to do. You're asking them to engage in a real struggle, probably for years. Every time, The strongest union supporters at Winco were people who wanted to do good for themselves and others and had an investment in changing and improving society for the better, whether they were socialists or otherwise. I've talked with a lot of people who are really sure that all you have to do to get people to organize is to talk to them about dollars and cents and their immediate workplace conditions. But historically and today, if you want people to put it all on the line, you need to believe that they can see the system for what it is, to see capitalism as cruel, as unjust, and worth organizing to beat. Now, I joined Salt Lake DSA after we won our union election to do just that, to build fighting working class socialist organizations, not just in a workplace, in workplaces, but one that fights everywhere, in our communities, in our streets, even in the halls of power, one that can fight on the shop floor for wages, against the cruelty of deportations, against the genocide in Palestine, all in the one political movement. We need to do this so that when workers do break through, like we did at Winco, we can support them anywhere they are. Yeah. Now, we have some DSA members handing out handbills for our salting program, which just connects you with people in ongoing union struggles. They'll help you get a job where they are, they'll show you what they know, and they'll put you in real struggle against capital. Now, when we fight, we do win. But what's it going to take for you to fight? What's it going to take for you to lose and then fight again? When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. Thank you.